All right, boys and girls, awesome. So today, Ms. Keith asked me to come teach you guys writing today, and one of the kind of things that's interesting and I really love about this lesson is that it's all about ideas now. You guys aren't writing stories anymore. I'll pop up like that. You guys aren't writing stories anymore. You're not writing realistic fiction. You're writing about ideas, which to me is a lot of fun to write about. To me, it's actually a little bit more fun than writing stories. So I hope that you're kind of getting into it and enjoying it. We're going to work on one thing today. Our learning target for today is to write about our ideas and to do a free write about our ideas. Okay? So we're going to be free writing about our ideas. I'm going to give you an example of what that could look like right here. Okay? So I'm going to give you an example of this. There you go. Jason, help me pass those around, please. Thanks, sir. You're good, man. Go ahead and take a look at that. As soon as you get it, you can start reading it to yourself. Reading it to yourself. And I'll put it up here as well.
Did you take it to the class or did you take it to the opposing class?
I need one.
So right now we're reading to ourselves. It'll take just about 2 minutes maybe.
But now you don't have one.
Oh,
I think these friends are always friendly and barely making arguments. It's like friends are always straight as long as an argument that forms an end. But friends always look silent and not in the path. It's like there's a lot of kids lining up to form a huge rope. I imagine friends as friends who help each other and treat each other kindly. In my life, I have friends helping me a lot. Having a friend that you can trust is one of the best things to me. Like whenever I have a hard time with something, I just trust you to explain it to me. Except when I'm doing a test. Friends are always a good long time.
So boys and girls, this starts off with friends are always a big untied knot. And it goes on, and the author's sort of just writing their ideas. I want you to turn and talk to your partner, your writing partner, and tell them what did this student author try to do? What did this author try to do with their free write? What did you notice about it? Go ahead and talk.
They try to explain the topic of friends to the audience. They try to explain to us like what a friend is and what it should be, what they should
You can accomplish everything. You know that if you stand, some problems, if you drink a lot of energy drinks, then you would probably
What did you notice, guys?
Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about it. I know. How he thinks about how do there's more. I know.
What did you guys notice over here?
I noticed that they talked about their
Did you share that?
Yeah, I think that when they said that they're an untied knot, like when she said that, that's true. Like when it does eventually get tied in a knot, it always gets untied.
Okay, writers, bring your conversations to close in 5, 4, 3. Thank you. A couple of things that you guys really noticed, and it's kind of interesting because some people have mentioned things that are like right out of the teaching book, like that you were supposed to notice. So, Mitchell, what did you notice?
I noticed that that they talked about the main idea and put it into and they explained it in lots of different and put it into different little chunks to explain it.
Absolutely, that's something that's almost right out of the teaching book, that they say that main idea, and then they kind of say it over and over again, right? And they say it in a little bit different ways. Nice job. Kenda, what did you notice?
I noticed that they'll use I noticed that they're actually talking about how what is it? I forgot.
That's okay. Good.
We noticed that that the author is trying to explain a friend to us. Like when they say and they even say, I think this because it's an opinion piece.
Absolutely.
They didn't say friends are an untied knot because, but they said, I think this because. So they're saying to the readers that it's their opinion, it's not a fact.
Absolutely. So that's something language you can use in a free write in just a moment. I think this because. Yeah, what you notice, Riley?
I noticed that he used a rope for a metaphor. He said an untangled rope is friends, they're always friendly, but I think what he would mean for an untangled rope is that they're mean or
If they get tangled, it's like an argument. Yeah, they said it's an argument. And that was a comparison, so he makes that comparison. I put that down right there. I wrote that the author keeps going and going and going, doesn't stop, writes more than a page. This is kind of what Mitchell said. Mitchell wrote it just like the book. I kind of changed it to there's a big idea that they write about, and then they have small examples, but they keep going back to that big idea. There's no cross-offs. The author doesn't cross anything off. There's no wrong answers in a free write. It's really you just keep writing, okay? And so that's kind of what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on just writing and writing about some ideas. So, did you have another something to add up to him?
Yeah, I noticed they used a lot of similes.
Thank you.
I'm not when you find out it's.
Very cool. Thank you, Abdullah. Absolutely. So those comparisons. And so we're going to get some work with that today. And I'm going to share with you a little bit of mine. And then I'm going to have you guys go off and work on that. That sound all right? So here's the idea that I was thinking. Because what I want you guys to write about when you write about ideas is I want you to write things that are interesting, thoughtful, and provocative. So this one might be a little bit provocative. It might make you think a little bit. It might even bug you a little bit. And that's kind of one of the reasons I wrote it. So see if it bothers you a little bit, what I wrote. I wrote, and I saw this in a different class when I was helping a different 4th grade class writing. It was my free write. I see 4th graders wandering around the classroom trying to hide conversations under their desks, asking to go to the bathroom, and doing everything they can to avoid writing. Maybe it's because writing is thinking, and 4th graders don't like to think.
That is true.
Fourth graders go to school, and they're told to do multiplication this way, spell the word this way, read this way. After school, they go to dance or soccer or piano, and they do it the adults' way. 4th graders don't think for themselves.
I do.
And they also, and they follow the adults' orders until it's time to think and create, to write. And then when it's time to write, they don't know quite what to do. 4th graders don't think much, and they don't write much. This makes me think that, and I was keeping going. And so those were my observations, those were my thoughts.
That's your opinion.
It is. Is it your opinion? Probably not. But it was my thoughts when I was watching a 4th grade class do writing the other day. Is that 4th graders don't really like to think much. And I kept trying to come back to that idea. In a minute, you're going to get a chance to write. And I want you to think about writing something that people might not agree with. People might not agree with this. I hope you don't agree with that.
No, I don't.
Thank you, Rachel. Good. Today, Mitchell, hold on for just a second. Some things that you can write about. Some things that you could write about. Is you could write like I did, kind of taking an observation, something you observed. You might observe something about, I don't know, an observation about school. Anything you observe, you can write about it and write about your ideas. You can write about people. You could write about your brother, your sister, your mom, or your dad. You could have an idea about them. You could have an idea about a dog. You could have an idea about a place. Pierce Elementary is the best school ever. Here's why. Here's what I think. My my church is the greatest ever. Whatever you think, a place. Or you could write about an event, a thing, an object even, or an object too. Right now I want you to take out your notebooks and I want you to try just a couple of little ideas. Okay? Don't write the whole thing the free write yet. I want you to write down some ideas like you might write down an observation. Our lunchroom is always noisy, I think because. A person. My mom's the greatest because. A place. I think Pierce is a really great school. Have an opinion. Take about 3 minutes and try to write down as many ideas as you can. You ready?
Wait, am I supposed to write something that somebody disagrees with? Because I was going to be talking about quantum mechanics.
You sure can.
Okay.
Monday. Go. Write down in your notebook. Some ideas, some thoughts that you have. What do you think, Chase? You got some ideas? Anyone write that you have an opinion that you have. Like my opinion was fourth graders don't know. What was yours? Could be about a teacher, could be a person. Can you go grab it real quick? Thank you, sir. Charles, you come up with some ideas? Cool. Do you have any other ideas that you could bring up? Go ahead and grab some future ideas.
Hey Chase,
Future ideas.
write about your favorite thing or something.
Person, little babies, little words.
That's a good start.
That's interesting. You can write about anything. You can write about different ideas today. Nice. Good. Writers, it looks like most of you have a couple of ideas right there and some thoughts. One might be something that you're burning to write about today. I'm hoping that one is that you're burning to write about today. And I want you to free write about it today. And that means there's no rules. That means there's no wrong or right answer in a free write. Just like this student kept coming back to their big idea, friends are like an untangled rope, I want you to do that. If you run out of ideas, write your big idea again, and then try to write more about it. You're going to try to write as much as you can about your idea today. Questions?
Could it be something that isn't like it's make-believe, or does it have to be real?
I'm not sure. I want you to write something you have an opinion about, though. Tell me a little bit more.
I don't know.
So I don't want you to make up a fiction story. I want you to write something that you believe, okay? Like, I really believe that fourth graders don't really know how to think for themselves. What? So I really believe that, so I'm writing that.
You mean some of them?
So I want you to write something that you believe, okay?
You need to
All right.
replace
So
the
before
title.
off you go, I want you to tell your partner what you're going to write about today.
I think I'm gonna write about my dog.
I'm gonna write about I like chocolate.
An idea?
I really want to.
Thank you, writers. Back in 5, 4, 3. Cool. Writers, I'm going to send you off to get started. If you don't have an idea yet, I want you to come up right here with me, okay? If you've got an idea, quietly off you go.